depths of the Kremlin, behind walls older than memory, stands a man whose presence alone reshapes global tides. Vladimir Putin, mysterious, controlled, and impossible to truly read. Some call him a mastermind, others call him a shadow. But one thing remains unquestioned. He is one of the most influential figures of the modern era. How did a boy born in a struggling Soviet city rise to command a nuclear superpower? What secrets from his past shape the unshakable calm we see today? From a childhood forged in scarcity, to the secretive world of the KGB, to the battlefield of geopolitics, his journey is a puzzle scattered across decades. Tonight, we step into the silence behind his steel gaze. Every choice, every conflict, every moment of power leads to one unanswered question. Who is the real Vladimir Putin? Vladimir Putin's story begins in 1952 inside a cramped communal apartment in Leningrad, a city scarred by the aftermath of World War II. Life was harsh, food was limited, and survival often depended on instinct more than opportunity. Young Putin grew up in an environment where toughness was not a choice, but a necessity. He learned early that silence could be stronger than noise, and patience sharper than anger. He carried this mindset into his school years, where he developed a fascination with intelligence work. While other boys dreamed of fame or fortune, Putin's ambitions were shaped by discipline and secrecy. He studied combat sports, valuing strategy over strength. He read about Soviet agents. The boy from Leningrad was quietly preparing for a future no one around him could imagine. As a KGB officer stationed in East Germany, Putin entered a world where information was currency and silence was the ultimate weapon. He observed people, studied reactions, and learned the subtle art of reading intentions. His work shaped him into a strategist, someone who analyzed every detail before making a move. But in 1989, the world changed faster than any intelligence report could predict. When the Berlin Wall fell, chaos spread across the city. Protesters surrounded the KGB building where Putin worked, threatening to storm it. With no support and no clear orders, he stood at the entrance alone. Calmly, he told the crowd that armed officers were inside, ready to defend the building. In truth, they weren't. Yet the crowd backed away. This moment stayed with him forever. Strength, he realized, often comes from the illusion of certainty. It taught him to rely on himself, to never reveal fear, and to never step back, even when the world around him collapses. These lessons would later define his path to power in a changing Russia. After the fall of the Soviet Union, Russia entered a decade of chaos. The economy collapsed, crime surged, and political corruption spread like wildfire. Amid this turbulence, Putin returned from his intelligence career and quietly entered government service. He moved from role to role, not loudly, not dramatically, but efficiently. His ability to stay calm under pressure caught the attention of powerful figures, including President Boris Yeltsin. In 1999, as Yeltsin's administration faced unprecedented instability, he needed someone reliable, loyal, and disciplined. He chose Vladimir Putin as prime minister. Only months later, Yeltsin resigned unexpectedly, naming Putin acting president of Russia. It was one of the most unexpected transitions of power in modern politics. Putin's rise was rapid, but not accidental. His years in the shadows taught him how systems work, how people think, and how to act when others hesitate. As president, he moved quickly to restore order. His strict leadership style won support from millions who longed for stability. The quiet strategist had now become the man at the center of the world's attention. Putin's presidency reshaped Russia's position in global affairs. Domestically, he sought to bring stability to a country weakened by economic struggles and divided politics. Many citizens viewed him as the leader who restored pride and structure after years of uncertainty. But with strength came controversy. Under Putin's rule, Russia's relationships with Western nations grew tense. Decisions in regions like Chechnya, Georgia, Crimea, and Ukraine fueled debates worldwide. Supporters praised his resolve and his commitment to protecting national interests. Critics accused him of expanding Russian influence through force and confrontation. Through each conflict, Putin maintained the same controlled appearance, Measured words, steady posture, and an unwavering belief in Russia's sovereignty. His leadership reflected his KGB roots: calculate, control, and never reveal more than necessary. Inside the Kremlin, only a tight circle advised him, and decisions were made quickly, often with global repercussions. Whether admired or opposed, his actions carried weight far beyond Russia's borders, influencing economies, alliances, and the balance of modern power. After decades in power, Vladimir Putin remains one of the most enigmatic figures on the global stage. His personality is a blend of discipline, secrecy, and unshakable confidence. He rides horses in Siberia, dives into icy waters, addresses global summits, and commands one of the world's largest militaries with a calmness rarely seen in modern politics. Supporters view him as a protector, a leader who brought stability, identity, and strength to Russia. They see him as someone who restored the country's place in the world after years of uncertainty. Opponents view him differently. They question his methods, criticize his limits on political freedoms, and express concern about Russia's assertive foreign policy. Supporters view him as a protector, a leader who brought stability, identity, and strength to Russia. They see him as someone who restored the country's place in the world after years of uncertainty. Opponents view him different. They question his methods, criticize his limits on political freedoms, and express concern about Russia's assertive foreign policy. Yet both sides agree on one truth: Putin operates on a unique level of strategy. His moves are never impulsive. His silence often speaks louder than his words. The world watches him because he is unpredictable, calculated, and deeply shaped by his past. In a world dominated by noise, Putin's quietness becomes his most powerful tool, and the world never truly knows what he will do next. From a small apartment in Leningrad to the highest office in Russia, Vladimir Putin's journey is a story of silence, strategy, and unwavering determination. Loved by some, questioned by others, he remains a leader whose choices shape not just his nation, but the world itself. His life is a puzzle, one part spy, one part statesman, and one part mystery. And as global tensions rise and history continues to unfold, one thing remains certain: the world will keep watching him, because his next move may redefine the future.